So, if you're on social media with any amount of regularity, then I'm sure you've seen this photo by now that's been going around of Facebook CEO or President Mark Zuckerberg taking a little sneaky sneak at Jeff Bezos' fiance, Lauren Sanchez's artificial mammary gland. And I find it so hilarious that this photo is going viral right now because just this past Sunday, I was thinking about something right along these lines because I was at church and I was wearing a shirt that it wasn't a high cut shirt, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was a low cut shirt. I don't know exactly. It was one of those shirts that had the mock neck where it dangles like this, but it went kind of far down. And I mean, I didn't think you could really see very much, but it was like a clingy material. Anyways, I've worn it dozens of times. It was a gift from a friend of mine. And so I've worn it all over the place. I've worn it to church multiple times. But I have a baby now and I'm breastfeeding. And so things are different. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And so when I was at church, we had, the meet and greet time. And this lady, she comes over to me, gives me a hug, tells me how good it is to see me, happy Sunday, all that good stuff. And then she says, "Oh my gosh, I love your shirt. You have the boobs for it." And I thought, of course, that's a compliment. She's being nice. She's just, complimenting me, being nice to me. But immediately I thought to myself, if she notices that, then the men of the church notice that. And of course, you can't control what people look at. You can't control what people think and what goes on. And, you can't control what people. Of course, I get that. We all know that. However, it is very naive and very foolish to think that we cannot incentivize or disincentivize people from thinking things about us or behaving in certain ways towards us. And so I, as a Christian, as wanting to be a good sister in Christ to my brothers in Christ, I don't want to incentivize or inhibit or help them sin. So if I can do something, that takes nothing. It's one shirt. It's not a big deal. I'm not moving heaven and earth, to help them. But if I can do something to not elicit this response from a brother in Christ, then that's what I want to do because that's the nice and the righteous thing for me to do. It's hard enough out here, looking at all these godless women. Let it not be said of the women of God that we are enticing our brothers to sin. So sisters, if you have anything that looks like this, I mean, surely, this is the far end of the spectrum. Hopefully we wouldn't have anything like this going on. But if you have anything even remotely like this, if you have anything that makes you kind of double take and makes you think, could it possibly, maybe, that's a good sign that probably best to throw it out. So here's your friendly reminder from maybe your big sister or your little sister in Christ that, we should be good, siblings in Christ to our brothers and not do a complete wardrobe overhaul, unless that's necessary. Maybe that's necessary for you. But just looking out for each other and being good to one another like we're supposed to.